Today on the Topping Show, Trump is arrested in Georgia. Trump's mugshot is his first tweet in 2 years and goes viral. Trump's support group leader is thrown in jail without bail. Bud Light beer for breakfast YouTube commercial flops. Anheuser-Busch tweet sleeping on the job. That's get rich ratio to about 18 seconds. And Bud Light 13 days to go tweet, it fails also, and also blocks me, incidentally enough. Bank of America bans Christian charity for their faith. Jordan Peterson is persecuted and has to undergo re-education training. Mercedes AMG CEO says V8 is not returning. Subway is sold to Dunkin' Donuts investor. T-Mobile is laying off 5,000 employees. Shein to invest in Forever 21. And Wells Fargo has an outage yet again. All of that and much more on The Topping Show. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of Topping Show is sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency in IT security. Heck, I see their founder released twice a day. Guys say he's quite handsome and brilliant. He's me, that's the joke. If you're an IT leader or business owner, need a little assistance, you can reach the team at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Also, for the month of August, we're giving away a free flamethrower with every August purchase. And yes, you can attach it to an AR-15. Click the description for more details. Now, going on to the business part of the podcast, you have sad news. You have the Mercedes AMG CEO saying the V8 will not return. Now, they recently neutered their luxury vehicle by going from the iconic twin-turbo V8 to an inline-4 and a six-cylinder hybrid for the AMG, which is supposed to be the pinnacle of Mercedes luxury. AMG, long history of hand-built, great German luxury engines. And no, apparently they will not be returning the V8 twin turbo to the AMG C63 and E63. This is according to the Mercedes AMG CEO Michael Schiebi, who certainly must certainly be dead inside, I can only assume. This is an interview he had with the company or an outlet by the name of The Drive at Monterey Car Week, and he said that he can, quote, definitely deny, unquote, that the Mercedes AMG would bring back the V8 power back to high-performance C-Class and E-Class vehicles. And that means the C63 will keep on having those bastardized engines. Now, it's one of those issues where there's nothing wrong with an inline cylinder. There's nothing inherently wrong with a four-banger, also known as an inline-4 engine, internal combustion engine. Heck, I love my Honda Civic Si. It actually comes with a stick shift, as all cars should. Unfortunately, Mercedes long since sold their soul to be mostly boring, having automatic transmission decades ago. But it's all about start to finish. What's the heritage of the brand? The heritage of the Mercedes brand, the AMG brand, for decades was large, big, hand-built engines, lots of power, and you're going from that all the way down to an engine you'd find on a Honda Civic, which I know they do some special things, so it's got more horsepower. But if your intent is to buy a luxury brand like a Mercedes AMG, what would you rather get? Would you rather just get the used one that has the V8? Or are you going to get a new one that has an inline-4 or a hybrid V6? That is beyond ridiculous. Now, I have a semblance of hope, a sliver, small glimmer of hope. Now, my hope is the CEO is lying and he's worried about the Osborne Effect. Now, the Osborne Effect is a fascinating social phenomenon where it's actually derived because of a business by the name of Osborne Computing to be exact. Now, way back in the day, Osborne Computing, they came out with a computer. And they had this computer, just came out. Now, at the time, it was revolutionary. Now, it's kind of comical because it was the size of a briefcase. But it was one of the first portable computers. And they said, hey, here's a new computer. It hit the market for, I believe, a couple weeks. And as soon as it hit the market so people could buy it, they released a commercial saying, hey, right around the corner, we're gonna unveil a new one that has like twice the speed, twice the memory. And it's going to be the same price or something like that. So, because people knew the better product was right around the corner, no one bought the original Osborne computer, and the business subsequently declared bankruptcy. They're no longer around. And to this day, it's known as the Osborne Effect. Now, perhaps the CEO of Mercedes AMG, he's saying this because if he were to come out and say, oh yeah, we're going to bring back the V8, no one is going to buy the current vehicles that are on the lot. Except maybe the 2 or 3 environmentalists who want to buy a Mercedes. Like, I don't know who the core market is or who's the core customer for this vehicle. I can't help but think maybe they don't exist, or there's 18 of them in the United States who probably already bought them by now. But perhaps he's saying this because he knows they would tank sales if he were to say the V8 is right around the corner. Now, Mercedes has gone back and forth. I believe I forgot what we call it, this pejoratively known as the G-Wagon, their luxury SUV, which used to be a military vehicle, similar to the Hummer history. But I believe for a brief time they said it was, for the longest time it was a V8, and then one year they announced it was going to go to a smaller engine. Everyone bought the V8. The new one came out, no one bought it. Then they, backtracked and went back to the V8 because the consumer is right. So it'll be interesting. I hope he's lying, because there's something just pathetic about a Mercedes inline-4 engine for an AMG, which is supposed to be pinnacle, handmade, German engineering. And now, I know they put more horsepower, it's got more bells and whistles, but my Honda Civic has an inline-4. So, and it has, I would actually argue it's also superior because it's got 3 pedals, also known as manual transmission. Infinitely more fun to drive, but that's just my 3 cents. It used to be 2 cents, but 40-year hyperinflation, gotta charge 3. Although it is still free to click that subscribe button. Try and get to 3,000 subscribers by the end of August. I really appreciate your assistance. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in. Again, we're trying to get to 3,000 subscribers by the end of August, so you can click that button and greatly appreciate it. Also, don't forget to take the time to like as well as comment. The feedback is greatly appreciated, helps the channel grow and develop. Also, and lastly, don't forget to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.